Robert Louis Stevenson, born in 13 November 1850 and died in 1894. Stevenson discontinued family profession of a civil engineer and as per interests he became a writer. His law studies did influence his book, but he never practiced law at all. He influenced by W. H. G. Kingston and R. M. Ballantyne and James Fenimore Cooper for writing about adventure fiction. Novel idea taken from a map. The book inspired by Mark Twain's tale The Adventure of Tom Sawyer and Adventure of Huckleberry Finn. For creating a character, Long John Silver, a maimed man, idea taken from William Ernest Hanley's life, and character Billy Bond's history was taken from the book Tales of Traveler written by Washington Irving. His writing alluding dark realism story revolve around death, madness and torture. Novel dedicated to his stepson Lloyd Osbourne. It was written under the pen name Captain George North. Original title of the book is The Sea Cook, a story for boys. Novel considered as coming of age story. It focuses on the growth of protagonist from the childhood to adulthood. Novel was originally serialized in the children magazine Young Fox from the period of 1881 to 1882 under the title Treasure Island or Mutiny of the Hispaniola. Novel set in 18th century golden age for piracy Britain on Bristol Channel. Book illustrated by American artist N.C. Wyeth. Book divided into 6 parts with 34 chapters. Book open with short prefatory poem as an epigraph. The title of the poem is To the Hesitating Purchaser, in which Stevenson tells us the book is a sailor tale which is going to be full of exciting stuff you don't see every day. That is storm, adventure, buried gold. He promising us a piece of historical fiction retold in simple fictional tale said by the statement all the old romance retold exactly in the ancient way. Novel begin with a description of a writing how it comes into the world on the request of the gentleman. Novel end with a phrase piece of eight. Novel follows the teenager protagonist Jim Hawkins, who find himself in a possession of a map that leads to the buried treasure. According to G.K. Chesterton, he was a man who seemed to pick the right word up on the point of his pen like a man playing spelling. He rejected Christianity and declared himself an atheist. Stevenson born and educated in Edinburgh. Later in 1890 he settled in Samoa, influenced by South Sea Island. He died in his island home in 1894 at the age of 44. Epitaph written by himself as a requiem which is mentioned on his tomb. Later it became an epigraph of someone's song of grief. He is best known for his work Treasure Island, Kidnap and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. It is a story of a boy named Jim Hawkins who on a voyage along with his friend to a distant island to find treasure. The entire journey is filled with action, bravery and life lesson. Treasure Island has been called novel of grade and about Jim's quest to bring home something of great value and gain his own moral adulthood treasure in itself. Central idea of the book is facing one's fear and acting with courage. Moral lesson of the story is good and honest people rewarded while the wicked and treacherous people are punished for their evil deed. Jim Hawkins, a 13-year-old boy who lives at Admiral Benbow. One day, a strange man came there who's named Captain Billy Bones. As a tenant, he warned Jim to beware of one-leg man. A parrot black dog comes there to see him and Billy feels so nervous and gets faint Soon after regaining consciousness, he tells Jim to find out sea chest and follow the instruction written as inside. Jim's father falls ill and dies. Day after funeral, a blind man Pew arrives and give Captain Black Spot. Billy in a shocked fall down and died. Since he hasn't paid rent for a month, so Jim and his mother decide to check his belongings and unlock his sea chest for the recovery. In a box, they find few gold coins, an oilcloth pocket. Mother and boys flees from inn by hearing a step outside. They are Billy's pursuer, group of pirates who came to ransack the inn. Later, Jim taken the help of Squires and Dr. Livesey to understand the hidden meaning of a piece of paper. They said it is a island map which hold treasure. Squire arranged loyal crew but not reveal the purpose of the ship journey. Jim joined them as a cabin boy. Ship called the Hispaniola. Initially, Jim feels doubtful when he hears Long John Silver have one leg. But later, Jim impressed with Silver's welcoming attitude and his doubt resolved about him. But one evening, unfortunately, Jim hears the conversation of Silver about mutiny with other crew member, and also he became a witness of Silver's murders of a sailor who denied to join mutiny. Same, he tells to Squire, Dr. Lizzie and Captain Smollett about these plan. Soon, ship arrived at island. Jim sneak off to the island and he encounter with a half-crazed man named Gunn. Ban had served in Captain Flint's crew, but he was marooned on the island 3 years ago in order to find out treasure. Meanwhile, Captain Smollett and his men taken shelter in a stockade fort island which have built by pirates. Jim coming with Gun. Then after next day, pirates attack on log house or stockade, claim for surrender and hand over treasure or treasure map. But captain refuses Silver's demand and battle takes place. On the other hand, ship Hispaniola seized by pirates. Jim sneak off and follow the ban instruction to find out white small boat. By the boat paddlings, Jim reached out to the ship Hispaniola and he cut the ropes and he discovered that one pirate's Israel hand has killed his fellow mates in a drunken rage. Jim and Israel work together in order to navigate the ship to the shore, but he attack on Jim with knife and Jim in self-defense shoot him by the gun. When Jim returned to the log house and find it occupied by the pirates, Silver kidnapped him and telling him Captain has given treasure map in order to save their lives, but Jim declared himself fearless and surprised on the action of Captain Smollett. Long John Silver facing trouble to managing his man who accused him for treachery. Silver proposes to Jim that they help to each other for survive by pretending hostage. Pirates follows the map and reach the cross mark spot and found only hole, no treasure there. George Mary declare mutiny against Silver and Long John Silver shoot him and rest pirate ran away. While returning to the log house, Gun tells James that he had found treasure during his time and hid elsewhere. That's why Dr. Livesey and Captain had given treasure map to the pirates. Hence they comes home with treasure and allowed to Silver to join voyage while returning. But on the way, one night at first port, Long John Silver sneak off from the ship with a portion of treasure. Eventually, they reached their city and voyage over. Captain Smollett retires. Ben becomes a lodgekeeper. Jim suffering from nightmares about sea and gold coins. And he take an oath will never return to the treasure island again. Let's have a look few questions. First question is match the following. Few correctly match with blind man. Squire Trelawney, honor of the ship Hispaniola. Ban Gunn, marooned man at the island. Long John Silver, maimed man, one leg man. Second, name the person who entered in the inn hotel by singing an old sea song. 15 men on the dead man chest, yo ho ho, a bottle of rum. The answer is Billy Bonds. Third, what is the name of a Long John Silver parrot in the Stevenson novel Treasure Island? The answer is Captain Flint, name of a parrot. Fourth, name the inn mentioned in the classical children novel Treasure Island written by Stevenson. The answer is Admiral Benbow. Fifth, what is the cook name in Stevenson Treasure Island who is a part of Voyage and soon he turned into a notorious pirate? Answer is Long John Silver. 6. Stevenson Treasure Island novel end with a word. A novel end with the word piece of eight. Nightmares of Jim. 7. Identify the title of a prefatory poem of a novel Treasure Island. The options are Sea Fever, A Sailor Appeal to the Hesitating Purchaser, The Sea Boy. The right answer is To the Hesitating Purchaser. 8. Black Spot, what signified in the novel of Treasure Island written by R.L. Stevenson? Answer is mark of the imminent death or a threat of death and loss of the authority. 9. Which of the following chapter is the part of the Stevenson novel Treasure Island? Options are Arms and the Man, Powers and Arms, A Farewell to Arms, My Bow Arm Method for Viola. The right answer is Power and Arms. 10th. In the Stevenson Treasure Island, who killed a parrot named Israel Hand with a gun in the self-defense? The answer is Jim Hawkins. The last question is, Sir, said Captain Smollett, with no intention to take offense, I deny your right to put words into my mouth. And name the book and chapter lines comes from. The answer is quoted lines comes from Stevenson Treasure Island, Part 1, Chapter 9, Powder and Arms.